Hey guys, and welcome to this Thriving Emails video. Today I'm going to show you how I use rules in Outlook to help move content that comes in that I don't need to action or that I just need to have as a record rather than something that will sit in my inbox. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. We'll go to this one. Okay, so this is my email inbox. I use Outlook, obviously. I'm using a Mac and I'm using it on the desktop. So some of the buttons may look a little bit different if you're on a PC or if you are using the web version, but the function of creating a rule and what it can do for you is exactly the same. So in this instance, what I'm going to do, I'm actually just going to mark this one as unread, and I'm going to create a rule so I receive a notification every time I come up with Microsoft Planner that I've got tasks due, and I see them on my phone. I don't need to then deal with them in my inbox when I log in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a rule to move them, to mark them as read and move them into a folder so that I have them all there as a reference point. So to do that, we're going to up here. So on my Outlook, you can see up in the top here. So I'm actually looking at tools and rules. Check where it is on your program. Sometimes you have a button on the ribbon. So rules on my version, this is how it looks. So these are some rules that I already have. I'm going to create a new rule. So the first thing to do is check that it is your mailbox. So if you work across a couple of different accounts in your Outlook, just make sure you're setting this rule for the account that you want to use. So then we go new rule. So you can create a name for your rule. So I'm going to call this Microsoft Planner Notifications. And we're going to select a condition. So the condition is like your trigger. So we're asking Outlook to look for any email that comes from or where it's come to me or it has a particular subject or keyword. So I tend to use the subject includes because sometimes I can't be sure if it comes from different email accounts or it might come from, particularly if it comes from like an automated system, sometimes the number changes slightly in the back in the automated systems or it's, it's a via something. So I tend to use subject includes. So subject includes, and I am going to have the word late. Subject includes you have late tasks. Now you can make it actually the subject. So these are the subject. So subject or body includes, subject includes. So you can be quite specific. So then it's broken down. Message includes the message size. So you can say, I'm going to take all of my large messages and you can add multiple conditions. So I can say, well, and it definitely has to come from Microsoft Planner. Okay, so you can see this comes as no reply at Planner. So I'm going to pop that in as well because I might get, and then you click on that one and it'll pull it up here. You might get emails from somebody else that happens to use that same subject. I don't want that to go anywhere. So I'm being very specific. The action, now you can add multiple actions as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get it to mark it as read. I hate having unread stuff sitting in subfolders. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that it's definitely been marked as read. Then I'm going to get it to do an and. I want it to move it to, and you can select a folder. So I have created a folder called Planner, and I'm going to pop it, oops, not plain. We're going to add, this is what happens when I'm not paying attention. I'm going to move it to Planner. Right. I'm just going to search. So you can search as well, and I've got it down there under my admin support. So that is the folder it will go to. At the end of that, I want it to stop processing any more rules. So you can tick it or untick it. It means that when it finishes this, it won't do anything more. So then we go save. So I have now created my Microsoft Planner. Now, the other thing that's interesting is that you can set the order in which these work in. So I might say, when every day or every morning, I would like the first one to be to check for this rule, then do this rule, then do this rule. Alternatively, you can turn different rules on and off without having to delete them. you can edit a rule, and then you can make a rule run. So whenever you create a new rule, it will probably sit at the top. So if for some reason you need it to happen after a particular rule, then you can set it up that way. So this means that it's off. This means that it's on. It says here, rules will run in the order shown in the list below, starting with the rule at the top. So it's going to do my planner one, then it's going to do my online order check, and then it's going to do my subscriber check. Now, obviously, this will run from now on, but I have something sitting in my inbox that I want it to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to run it now so it can run the test, and that's where we hit the little play button, and it will run. And you can see in the background there that my email has moved. So if I want to edit it at any point, so I can move it up and down using these toggles. If I want to edit it at any point, if for some reason Microsoft Planner changes the way they call, what they call those emails or how they send them, I can edit my rules. And then I'm just going to go back in here. You can see you can specifically run a rule at any time, and you can have, there's no limit to the number of rules you can have. So you can use as many different tools here as you like. So I'm going to close that. And I'm now going to pop over here in my folder structure to my planner folder, and you'll see that this is the email that I just got that was just captured in the rule. It is now marked as read, and it has been moved into that folder. So this is a really great way if you get email notifications about sort of reports, or if you get notifications about or newsletters that come in that you don't necessarily want to read but you want to have to go back to. If you look after staff and you get CC'd into things, and you know that when you see a certain kind of heading that you don't need to do anything, you just need to put it in a project folder. This is the way to solve that problem with that crazy inbox. So I hope that's helped. If you are interested in learning more about how to manage and use your Microsoft 365 subscription, then I would love to have you join us over in Microsoft Dynamos on Facebook. You can follow Thrive on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Pinterest, and we share loads more tips and resources. You can also check out our templates, business resources, and workshops at thriveadmin.com. I would love to see you there. Thanks.